Hello my makeup loving friends, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Teresa. So Nabla came out with the Cutie Collection 2021. They came out with the Cutie Collection last year. It included the Wild Berry palette, which I loved. It was this beautiful purple toned palette, and I was so impressed with the quality of that I basically needed to get these. Not needed, wanted. That's the correct verb. So I picked up the 2 palettes and the 3 liners. So the palettes include the Midnight, which is an almost entirely blue palette with the exception of that one odd brown shade, and Analogue, which is a far more neutral toned palette. I know, who am I? And obviously this video is swatches, that's the first part of the video, and then a tutorial on this particular eye look and a review of the palettes and the liners, because I got liners 5, 6 and 7 which were part of the collection. So if you're interested in seeing all of that, then hooray, this is the video for you. Do please keep on watching. Forgive my appearance, I'm after driving 3.5 hours from Dublin, so ta-da! Do you like my earrings? Yeah, my lovely friend Brianna got them for me, and Brianna's annoyingly lovely, and I don't know how I'll ever repay her general kindness, so that's stressful. I love you. Anyways, I have the 2 Nabla palettes that are part of their new Cutie collection, and I also have their 3 liners. So, bare face, hair back. We're obviously doing swatches. Now I'm going to start off with the blue one, which is called Midnight. Pretty aptly named because there is a very dark blue. Now I think the thing that annoys me about this is why is there a neutral in here? If you're going to do a blue palette, go straight into the blue. Just like unashamedly go for the blue. So let's do a little swatch. I will say the shade Air feels very creamy. This is quite a dry formula, so your metallics feel very buttery. So we have Blue Hour, I mean I did put like serum and stuff onto my face, so yeah, okay, there we go. I was out in the rain, so we will take that with a pinch of salt. Air, nice. Marseille, which don't really know why that's in there, but there you go. Okay, so we have the next 3 shades, and we have Sapphire, which is possibly the shade that made me buy this in the first place, because I was like, look at how deep that blue is. Look at it. Missa is currently being like, as is Gaia, which fair. So we have Sapphire. That is nice. We have Alma, which I don't really know what that has to do with Midnight, but there you go. And Quiet Storm, which looks to be a duochrome. It's a blue to purple shift. So quite interesting. Don't know what I'm going to do with these. I'll sleep on it tonight and have a little think. So we're now on to the second palette, which is the Analogue palette. Look, it's a neutral palette, and you know me, I'm normally not into neutrals, but I thought this is quite an interesting looking neutral. It's very rich, quite nice. And look, I mean, I know that some of you guys like neutral palettes, so I figured let's pop this on in here, and I can put the 2 of these together because I think browns and blues are always very complementary, which is probably why they put the brown into the blue palette, but still, I still feel like they should have just gone 100% blue. But there you go, that's just me. So we have Darkroom, Overexposed, which is a duochrome orange to yellow, kind of gold, and Contact Sheet, which is a beautiful buttery brown. So let's try this. Darkroom, Overexposed. Let's see if I can get a better swatch of that so you can really see it. Yeah. Can see the shift to the gold. I know that looked really weird me doing that, but there you go. Contact Sheet. That is a really lovely kind of a rusty brown. Like, I feel like my gorgeous friend Rebecca would love the two of these because she's a big Nabla fan anyways. And we're on to the last 3 shades of this. So we have Camera Roll, Noise, and 35mm. So it's obviously all inspired by like analog tapes and stuff. So Camera Roll. It's a very rich, warm, neutral. Noise. That's quite a nice metallic. I'm doing this to try and see if I shift it around. Can you see the metallic better? Jingle, jingle, jingle. And 35mm. Which, I'm going to say, I think that would work as a good highlighter for me. The joys of being a Victorian ghost. So I then have, because I bought it in a bundle because I'm an idiot and I do silly things. So there's like 5, 6, and 7. That's essentially what they've called them. They have an 18-month shelf life. So this is 7, this is 5, and this is 6. So I'll start obviously with number 5 because that makes the most sense. Let's at least do it numerically. So you have a nice kind of chubby stick like this. Like, I know it's meant to be an eyeliner, but I'd say you could probably use this as potentially a lip liner. I probably shouldn't say that. Don't go along my advice. Do your own research. I'm just here to be an idiot. So this is number 5. That feels very creamy. Do you like a creamy one? That sounds wrong. There we go. Anyways, then we have number 6, which is a very nice sort of a navy blue, like a midnight blue. So that's what that one looks like. And finally we have number 7, which is, it looks to be like a deeper, almost like a maroony brown. Yeah, so you can see they aren't dupes of each other because I think some people were kind of like, oh, 2 brown liners, are they going to be super similar? But you can see one is far more red toned and one is far more orangey, earthy toned. Yeah, so this is all 2 palettes and the liners swatched. I'm going to figure out what to do with them now. That is the next part of the video, a tutorial, and then after that, a review. That's the general structure of my videos. That's right, it's a day ending in a Y because my skin has gone weird again. Ta-da! Anyways, I have the 2 palettes here because I was like, screw it. Let's play with them both. So, I'm going to start off with the Midnight palette. I want to try and use as many shades out of each of them. I used 5 shades out of this and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shades out of this. So actually we'll be able to give a decent idea of what the F is going on. So eyelids already primed and I'm using this Juvia's Place brush. It's just a flat packing brush. Any brush will do. Which, you know, if Andrew Lloyd, is it Andrew Lloyd Webber that did Joseph's Technicolor Dreamcoat? Any brush will do. Don't tell him I've stolen his melody. I feel like he would be really litigious. By the way, I'm going into the shade Blue Hour, which is this matte. Now, does this pack a punch? No, it does not. I actually think this might be one of the, most rubbish dark blue mattes I've ever come across. Like, look at that. Like, hello, hi, anyone there? And I want to show you just how not great it is. I'm using this Lowe's Cosmetics brush, which is actually very good for packing on colour. Look at that. Struggle. But it's okay because I went over this with, you know, other colours. So, by the way, if you are looking for a good deep blue, like navy matte, this ain't it, my friends. This ain't it. The tea is being spilled early in the session. You can see I didn't really do much. Can I be honest, lads? I am not in the best of form. I have been having a rough couple of weeks and I feel like I'm at the end of my tether. Which, by the way, is a very funny phrase, isn't it? What is a tether? And why do you not want to be at the end of it? Who knows? Who knows? I'm sure somebody does, like somebody who like studies languages. They're probably like, well, Teresa, this is why, blah, 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 blah. Sorry, I don't know things. I'm not very clever. And the worst thing is, a lot of the stuff that's bothering me, I can't talk about it. Like, I legally cannot. Like, there's a whole confidentiality thing, and I feel like my mind is falling away like wet pieces of cake, and I'm really, really struggling. So it's fun. Do not recommend it. Yeah, you can see patchy, tricky to build up. I think it's that it's so firmly pressed in the pan that it's hard to get the color. Like, you can get there eventually, but my God, like, it is hard. Like, or is it just me? And I mean, that's fine. You want things to be hard sometimes, but not with your eyeshadows, you know? And I mean, okay, I think, now correct me if I'm wrong, I think Nabla are expensive. Yeah? Are we there? Because like, this is a £6 palette. It was like €23 or whatever. And I kind of think mattes, you should have them down. They shouldn't be that tricky. God, I'm in such a mood today. Will I upload this? Who knows? What's my name? I am not doing well. Anyways, I fully lost it. I am using this Revlon brush. It came free. It's not bad. Like, it's a little blendy brush. And I'm going into the shade Air. Now, I know a few of you guys actually bought this palette. Can you tell me if this is performing the same for you guys as it is for me? I know I've said this before a couple of times. Do not go just based upon what I'm saying. Look at a couple of reviews. Like, it can happen that somebody just gets a dodgy palette. It's rubbish, but it happens. I thought this was very... Look, I am pale. Very, very pale. And this does not show up on me. Like, this is not wonderful. I'm very sad. That's the whole thing. Anyways, attempting to pack it on. See how we attempt. And we try to find the humour. Where is it? Is it behind the couch? Who knows? Cece is right next to me. In happy news, the lovely orange cat that arrived here, he's now officially mine. Don't tell my father. He has been told... My dad is still in hospital, by the way. He has been told that we're fostering this cat. So, Dad, if you're watching, we're fostering the cat. Dad's not watching. But actually, no, we've signed the adoption papers. So he's our baby now. And I've called him Cinnamon. Words are hard. Cinnamon Robert Underdog Mulhern. So Crumb. Crumb for short. Crumb. Yeah. Okay, we can kind of... I'm getting a bit of a blend there. And the worst thing is, like, it looks okay to me in reality, and then I'll look back on this later and be like, this is terrible, Teresa, what have you done? I'm like, this eyeshadow is a metaphor for my life. Oh, and right, I was meant to go to Edinburgh, and the Ryanair, being wonderful, screwed up my flights. They changed them and changed all the times, whatever, and it screws with everything. And by the way, anyways, my dad is so sick, I was going to bring them, like my parents, on like a holiday, but there's no way he's going to be able to come now, so I've had to cancel that. But don't worry. If Missa etc is watching, they'll be like, why didn't you say anything? It's okay. I rescheduled it, so I'm coming in on the 7th of August to the 12th, so actually an extra day. And I cancelled where I was staying because I don't need as big a place, because it's not going to be 3 people. So it's just for me, all by myself. So guys, in Edinburgh, you better be taking care of me, because I'll be all by my lonesome. And I clearly need help. Anyways, we're going into the Analogue palette now, and I'm taking this Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush. It's the JH39, and I know somebody sent this to me and I can't remember who it was, but it's wonderful. It's such a good little brush. Like, I need more of these. May have to get more of them. And I'm going into Darkroom, which is actually really nice, deep brown. Like, who knew I was actually gonna like it? Not me. It was a surprise. And I'm bringing it down to just under the lash line and working it out. Look at that. See how that's actually blending very nicely. This is, I feel, a palette that my gorgeous, beautiful friend Rebecca, who has also been having a time of it lately, I feel like she would love this. And I associate Nabla with her. It's a thing. It's a thing. So I'm taking a bit more. Just pack, like a little pack rat, because that's what we do. And I know I have another brush here somewhere. Haha. It's a Beauty Bay brush. And I'm going into the shade Camera Roll. That's a really nice kind of an orangey shade. So I'm going to pop that there. And kind of a little bit on top. But that's alright, because that's what blending is for. That will be sorted out later. And yes, I am continuing with my metamorphosis into Moira Rose, or Morophosis. I don't know, I'm very tired. I think I might be broken. Possibly. Who knows? Who cares? I am taking this Jessup JE04. So it's concealer. I'm going back in. Look, don't worry. This will be attended to eventually. I'm going back into the Midnight palette. I'm going into this shade here. I'm looking to heavens because I'm like, this is beautiful, right? For all the sins of these two, this shade, right? They could have gotten rid of these two and just filled those two pans with whatever the hell is in this. It's beautiful. It's so not. Look, I entertain myself if nothing else. You'll see. Hold on. Look at that. Look at it. That is gorgeous. You try and tell me that isn't gorgeous. And if you do, you're lying. Soz, but you are lying. Like, that is stunning. You know, nothing but technical terms here. And I just love it. I think it's so pretty. I want more of this exact shade. Like, of this exact one. Don't care about the rest. I just want this shade. It's so beautiful. Like, I think I would actually have, like, no, I wouldn't depot, because I hate depotting because it drives me nuts. My brain just isn't well enough adjusted to be able to deal with the stress of depotting. Not right now, anyway. I do it sometimes, but like usually for blushes and stuff. Here we go. Look at that. It's a lovely blue. Taking this JE227, which, by the way, I bought another set of Jessup brushes and this is one of them. Because if you know me, I talk about my love of Jessup 237. And I thought that the Jessup brushes were a little bit cheaper than usual on Amazon. So I was like, nah, I'll go get this thing that I don't need but I want. So yeah, it's the whole thing. So don't follow my advice, guys. Like, never follow my advice. It's a terrible idea. So don't take life advice from me. Don't take life advice from me. Yeah. Anyway, gonna pack a little bit on and then just blendy. Blend it up. Oh god, that blue. And look, I know you're probably like, but there's a brighter blue on your lid. Don't worry. It'll all come in time. You just, you know, just need to relax, be one with the brush. Just know that everything will occur in good time. In good time, my friends, in good time. But yeah, I am having a weird time. Let's not focus on the negative stuff. Let's just think happy things. Oh, happy things. I spent the weekend with Sahil. I normally spend pretty much every weekend with him because, you know, relationship and you gotta work on it and see each other. But I've now gotten him completely obsessed with Murphy's ice cream, which is a particular brand in Ireland. For my Irish friends, do you know what I'm talking about? Oh my god. Anyways, he's now obsessed, and he was like, we need to go to Murphy's. So anyways, we went to Murphy's at the weekend, and he was like, can we just stand and eat the ice cream in silence? He was like, I don't want to walk, I don't want to do anything, I just want to sit and eat the ice cream. And I was like, this is why you're my person. Because you understand how important these things are, you know? It's just, it shouldn't have like tickled me as much as it did, but it did, and that's where we are with things, you know. And I'm taking this Do Color 03, Do the Color, and I'm just gonna smoosh these colors in here and kind of work it in towards the eyelid. Getting a bit of depth. Honestly, don't know how I don't have a record contract. I mean, Paris Hilton doesn't, I don't. What's that about, you know? I mean, I'm willing to give up my career in academia, lads. If anyone wants to sort that one out for me, you know. So I have this other Juvia's Place brush, unnamed, and I'm going into this shade Noise, which has a little bit of sparkle in it. A bit of sparkle. Sparkle, sparkle. And just pops up there. And kind of pack, pack, pack. I am taking this brush that's from AliExpress, and I'm going into, God, you can see I've really went into Sapphire, and I'm going into Alma. Now, initially you kind of go, oh, there isn't much to this. No. Now you just wait, right? Watch and see how this transforms. Like, this is nuts. Look at this. Look at how that brightens things and gives it just this extra layer of something. This is nice. But you can see that kind of pops a little. Now, the extremely technical bit is this shade. This shade. Okay, it's called Quiet Storm. And I'm hoping that the camera picks this up, right? I'm just taking it on my finger, okay? And I'm gonna pop it on my eyelid. See what that does? Look at the specialness. Hopefully that's like, you're probably like, no, Teresa, we see nothing. The camera is picking nothing up. But to me, it's adding this amazing sparkle and just very, very pretty. So, do you know what? It's tickled me, and I think that's all that really matters, you know? It's all that really matters. That's my opinion. But yeah, this just comes out as an extra layer of like just general niceness when I do that. Actually, I wonder if I do the same with the like brown, because the brown is kind of interesting from Analogue. Who am I? And what has happened that I'm saying brown is interesting? Going into Noise. Yeah. Still have a little bit of the other one on my finger, but whatever. We don't have to be precise, it's grand. Yeah, because you can see now it comes up a little bit better. Because you can see the little bit of the metallic-y shift there. And just pack that on. Because sometimes, you know what? Your best tools are your fingers. Hi, my name is Innuendo. Have you met me? Anyways, taking the Dew Colour number 3 and just swishy. I'm using my Dew Colour number 13, and I'm going into the shade Contact Sheet, which is quite warm toned. And do you know what? I've one shade left from this that I haven't used, and I think I'm going to end up using it as a highlight. And I just pack this on here. Down here. Alright, Cease. She's like, no. You're whinging so much. Definitely cutting into my sleep time. Fair. And then I'm taking my Morphe M562, and I am going to just swish between here just to get it to blend a little bit. Or at least that's the plan. So yeah, for those of you who've got it, what did you think? Did you like it? No? Yes? What's happening? Who knows? And same brush, M562, just through the colour switch and going into Overexposed, which is beautiful. Can I use that as a topper? A blush topper? I will. It's my party. I can do what I want. And I'm just taking that and putting that down there. Then the remainder of what I did was I used the Cupid's arrow in the blue colour, which was 6, on the tight line. And then I used the Cupid's arrow in the shade number 5 down here on the waterline. And in case you're wondering about my lashes, excuse me, it is the Eyeliner number 196 Dramatic 3D. now in 3D. But yeah, I might use like some of the shades from this in terms of like having this as a blush topper and this as a highlight, so that I can see what they're like. So I did actually end up using Overexposed as a little bit of a blush topper. I think it's really, really nice. And I used 35mm as a highlighter. Gorgeous, in my opinion. But we're going to start off first looking at the eye look as to see how it all looks together. So I'm going to zoom you in now so you can see what it looks like. Look, it was super simple. I couldn't be bothered. Let's take the fringe out of the way. I mean, it's okay, you know? Yeah. I mean, it's not my usual style. I'll take off the glasses. I think it's just me being in a weird mood today, so maybe take everything that I'm saying today with a pinch of salt, you know? It's per usual. Don't just go on my review, go on a few others. So this look isn't my usual style. I know, no cut crease, nothing. This is pretty simple, but I was kind of like, it's an expensive enough palette. Let's just do something simple. That's, yeah, and also I'm in a weird place. So anyways, let's not talk about that. La 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 la. The liners, let's start with those first. Look, they're liners. You know, and in fairly okay colours. Like, they're not going to set the world alight. They're fine, but I think you can find just as good, much, much cheaper. So my advice, if you're looking at these, maybe skip. Maybe skip, unless you find that it's really hard to find eyeliners that'll work in your waterline and you're just willing to try things out. This seems fine, like, but I never have too much of an issue with eyeliners in my waterline, with the exception of this eye. Don't know what it is with this eye. It's very problematic. There you go. Let's start with the Midnight palette. Right, so the eyeliners, they're fine, they're okay. I'm not even going to bother giving them a rating. Look, we'll give them a 5 out of 10. Middle of the road. You're not going to write a, like, love song about them. They're fine, but you can definitely get better. Okay, I'm just saying. Hold out. Don't settle. But let's start with the Midnight palette. Okay, let's start off with the stuff that I'm very unimpressed with. This matte blue. Nabla, come on now. I know you can do really, really good mattes. That purple from the Wild Berry palette was so creamy, so buttery, so amazing. And this, I think you could see in the video, hopefully, that it was very difficult to get on. I think it might be just that it's very, very, very hard pressed. Nah, not good, not good. And it's the only matte in this palette. Everything else is shimmers. So you need that matte to actually work. And it was just... insert strange noise here. I will also say that the shade Air does not pack enough of a punch. Right? It's, yes, I understand it's a pale colour, however, it's just not there. It like just blends out into nothingness. Marseille, fine. I can actually talk about each of the shades, which is amazing. Alma, actually quite nice. I do like that shade. It really does kind of transform a shade. I thought that was really interesting. Sapphire. Oh my god. I'm not going to say it's worth it for that shade alone, but this has made me not regret buying the palette. And Quiet Storm. Quiet Storm. You are the MVP of the palette. Oh, like, I just... Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful, right? Okay, now, all in all, what do I think of it? This was not a palette created equally. There were definitely some issues. The fact that 2 out of the 6 shades were the brown, but just go for a fully blue palette, lads. Like, you commit to it. Take out that brown and put in something else, you know? So I would say, out of the 6 shades, I loved 3. Was not wild about the other 3. Okay? So I think I'm gonna land on like a 6 out of 10. No, a 5.5 out of 10. 5.5 out of 10. Blah. 5.5 out of 10. Yes, I think that's appropriate. A 5.5 out of 10. The reason why I'm landing on that is it's only 6 shades. 3 of them are really good. However, for the price, no. All of them should be amazing. And I know they can do it. That's what frustrates me. Let's get on to the Analogue palette. Right? This. Right. Okay, no. Dark room. What's happening to me? Because I liked this palette more than this one. It worked better. Like, these were the mattes I am used to from Nabla. Creamy, buttery, blendy goodness. That's what I'm used to from them. So I don't know what happened. It's just this shade, very, very interesting. There's some nice sparkles in it. Swatching again, just cause, and it's not picking it up, but look, you know, take my word for it. The shade Overexposed, which is this one. Beautiful. Like, I think that is stunning. I genuinely think that is gorgeous. All of the shades perform really, really well. That's a lovely highlight. And I would actually say that for some people, that could probably work as a decent bronzer. Like for a dark-skinned lady. Or a gentleman. Not going to assume your gender. Individual. There we go. Yes. I'm in a weird space. For darker skin, you could probably use that as a bronzer. I know this isn't like, it's not a face palette, but like, I do like to think about the utility of these things. I really liked this. Like, I thought the quality was darn good. The blendability. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Actually, maybe a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, like every part of this was really, really good. I can see myself using this, you know, for like work. Just a quick, simple little thing. I probably need to take in some lighter tones because it's very dark and I'm very light. I liked this. I thought, when I picked these up, I thought this will be the thing that I love the most and I'll just be like, meh about this. What is going on? The world is turned upside down. It's very strange. Anyways, I know a few of you guys got it as well. Just like playing with the swatches on my hand. I don't know, I'm a bit distractible. I know a few of you guys picked this up as well, or you at least picked up one of them, maybe both of them. You might have had time to try this. Could you let me know what you think? Do you like it? Have you come to the same conclusion as me? Maybe I've just gotten a bad batch. I always want to put that out there because this is a review from one person trying this one product. There can be variations in terms of quality. It's crap, but that does happen. So before you make a decision on whether or not you're going to get this, have a look elsewhere. Yeah, I just want to know what you guys think. Like, I do find it interesting. Like, this was number 6 and this was number 7. So like, this is the 6th and 7th of their Cutie collection. They're obviously, I'd say, going to continue coming out with these. I think that's quite clever. But some elements needed a little bit of zhuzhing up. But anyways, that's it. That is the end of the video. Do please like, comment and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. If nothing else, it just lets you know that I'm still alive and producing content. And isn't that something that you want to know about? Yeah? Do please share, because sharing is caring. Unless, of course, it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up. Don't be gross. I'm not here to teach you that. I'm sure there's a whole other YouTube video on that. You know, go check it out. But that's it. That's the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.